Well, after the top of the world order shook on Thursday, Friday brings us time to work out who finishes where at the Commonwealth Games netball as we enter the classification rounds. Well, you'd forgive the crowd perhaps a dip in energy, but no such danger. It always seems a little unfair after the graft and skills we've seen light up this court for someone to finish bottom of the pile, but after this first session of the day, we'll have positions 12th to 9th sorted. So this session then sees Trinidad and Tobago in their third appearance at the Games, already looking at their lowest finish. They're about rebuilding. Can they beat Barbados before Scotland take on Northern Ireland? These classification matches, you put your best hat on, is where the two pools combine and some of the tightest, most contested matches you'll see at the Games. All starts here then, a third meeting between Barbados and Trinidad and Tobago at the Commonwealth Games. Both previous meetings have been decided by just the one goal. Much decorated former Australia coach Lisa Alexander alongside me, and that's why they're such exciting matches, so close.
Yeah, it's finals time. It has a finals feel and we're excited.
Let's have a little look then at Barbados. They have targets throughout this team and experience.
They certainly do, and I'm really pleased to see Rock Yaw back out there in centre. Hopefully she will have a really good game today for Barbados.
They'll be disappointed at not picking up a quarter, and will look to put pressure on each full 15 against Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, look, this looks like a much more settled lineup for Barbados, and hopefully we'll see some real push through.
They were 7th in 2010, their lowest was 11th in 2014, so they'll look to match that this time round. Let's talk about that experience then. Alongside England's Jiva mentor, Tony Blackman, her 6th Commonwealth Games. She's a record holder.
She's amazing, and she's led the team so calmly. 91% shooting accuracy, wonderful work from her. And look, she'll be out there pretty much doing whatever job is needed by her coach.
She's played every single minute. We expect that again today. Shanika Wharton, again, we've seen her warming up ahead of this one, the eye for goal.
Yeah, she certainly has. And look, she's had a few little wayward moments from time to time, but she has been their big shooting, really linchpin, and they need to get the ball to her.
Next up, the oldest player at these games, Jeanette Azore-Bruce, not that you'd know it.
No, and she had that bit of a knock to the head early in the week and had to have a game off, but she's actually right up there in the rebounds and deflections, so she is an extremely handy player.
Let's have a little look then at Trinidad and Tobago. Plenty of their players you'll have heard or seen on social media. They've brought the joy to this tournament so far, but now looking to bring that win.
Yeah, I'm really liking that defence end of McCracken, Baptiste and Green Noel. They are strong.
They listened to you. You wanted to see McCracken start.
I did, and I like her out of wing defence because she can roam a little bit more.
When you talk about roaming, they need a big old target at the back, which they've got in Shaquanda Green Noel. We'll talk a little bit more about their captain in a moment, but we've seen Hagley play already, Oprah Douglas as well, come to the options from the bench for this Trinidad and Tobago team. Is there any questioning that their captain, Shaquanda Green Noel, has stood out of these games?
She's been amazing, and she's got the real strong bun on the top of her head today. She is meaning serious business, and she'll be out there to lead her team to a victory she's definitely wanting in this match.
Amazing stats from her, topping the rebounds, penalties as well, but maybe we won't slip that one in. Avisha Noel next up for Trinidad and Tobago. Played all but 4 minutes of this tournament.
Again, another one that is just really anchoring her team. She does need to keep her emotions under control, though. I think she could be a really good player for the future, considering her age, but it doesn't matter. She can still keep playing at this top level.
It's early in Birmingham. We're all feeling the cold as well, and we've all got our hoodies on ahead of this. Jaleesa Cooper even has got a hat up, hoodie up, ready for action.
Look, what I've really liked about Cooper is she's calmed the attack and she's led from the front.
Third meeting then between these two at a Games, both decided by just that goal. But you're right, in Jalisa Cooper, there's leaders there for Trinidad and Tobago, and Barbados, there's experience. It is the real disappointment for them, Barbados, that, well, both of these sides haven't been able to take a win so far. 5 matches. Barbados haven't even won a quarter. We saw Jamaica put 103 goals on them, 30 goals in just the 1 quarter too. As for Trinidad and Tobago, they may have lost all their matches, but they did win and draw a quarter against Northern Ireland, and that's the confidence boost they would have needed.
Travelling from the 4 corners of the Commonwealth, our 12 super teams have arrived in Birmingham. Prepared to defend, pass and shoot their way to the gold medal. You're about to cross over into the netball zone.
From the youngest in the team, Brown Holder, to the oldest player at these games, Jeanette Azure-Bruce, this is a Barbados team wanting to finish above their world ranking. Can they take 11th? Tanisha Rock, you're one of those players that really stood up at the last Commonwealth Games, and actually that's where the experience comes, from centre to wing attack to goal attack and goal shooter. Players that stood up at 2018 and have experienced the Commonwealth Games before. Lisa Alexander loving the confidence in this side. And when we come to this match, the first match of the classification rounds, there's a real intent with both these teams.
They're excited, you can feel it. I can feel it.
That's all we got. That's all we need. That's all we got. That's all we need.
Well, they brought the entertainment from their captain forward, and in her words, I want to play good netball even, that's all. McCracken a change for this one at wing defence. You could see just how much she's improved through this tournament. Casimir too has been one of those players that's kept things ticking for Trinidad and Tobago. Chantel Simongol at wing attack. Jalisa Cooper, the only player in this squad to actually appear in the Commonwealth Games previously. She's a goal attack. And Afisha Noel at goal shooting. Seen Hollingsworth, who's one of the subs here, come on and shoot 67%, but it's Noel at 89%, Cooper at 74%, the real keys.
2, 3, 5!
Barbados up against Trinidad and Tobago then. This for 11th and 12th classification places. Lisa Alexander already.
Offside, goal attack.
Oh, and the
FIFA.
offside.
Oh, that
Such
was
disappointment.
so close, Blackman. Well done. Terrific defence there on the transverse line from the captain.
Advantage offside, wing defence. Advantage obstruction, goal defence.
Cooper and we're off and underway. These two teams have
Advantage obstruction, wing attack.
some of the lowest scoring through this tournament.
Advantage obstruction, goal attack.
Great touch there by Holder. Kept it actually in possession for her team, so well done.
Throw in Barbados. All time.
You can almost guarantee if there's any disruption in that circle, the Shaquanda Green-Noel will begin in and amongst them.
She will, and look, it'll be fantastic today to see the Caribbean style playing on each other. The teams are evenly matched.
Advantage offside, wing attack.
Trinidad Tobago would have to go in as favourites, looking at their results so far.
Higher in the world rankings too. Great little
Contact, goal
recycling too,
defense.
but this is what we say about Cooper. There for you. The big call of yes, yes, yes. Great on the rebound.
Advantage breaking, goal defence.
Oh, there she
Throw
is. It's like she's hearing my coaching tips from afar. Going out so well, McCracken, on that centre pass.
Advantage contact and offside.
She's got
wing
the height,
attack.
193 minutes as well on court that she spent. She's been
Contact, goal
built
defence,
into this
penalty.
tournament. 25 years young.
Just watching her footwork too, it's
Advantage obstruction
it's
centre.
very good. And, you know, with some more coaching and work, I think definitely we could see her on the world stage somewhere.
That one doesn't drop for Wharton.
Advantage obstruction centre.
Wonderful transition there by Trinidad and Tobago, just down the sideline, keeping it simple. Here it is. Really great move there by
Advantage
Sanangle.
breaking, wing attack. Advantage offside, wing attack.
Doing well just to spread things around TNT.
Contact, goal defence.
I'm also enjoying the discipline of both teams so far in this first 3 minutes. They're really concentrating and focusing on the job at hand. The coaches will be pleased.
Advantage obstruction, goal attack. Contact, wing defence, penalty.
Trying to just get hold of that one
Obstruction,
again.
goal attack, penalty, centre third.
It's interesting, even in the previous matches,
Obstruction, goal defence, penalty.
some of the athletes have not been up on that transverse line, and if there is a knocked ball, you have to be in front on that line to secure possession.
Already playing to the crowd.
Goal defence, contact, penalty.
Big, big settler for Barbados.
That was important for them. They actually will get that ball through. Bit more work in attack.
Contact, wing defence.
Well, some physical pressure there under the post from Azore Bruce on Noel, but Noel prevails. And there it is, that knocked ball, and if your attack end is in
Contact,
front,
wing defence,
they will get
penalty.
possession. So well done to Noel then.
She had to face a lot of mind games and physicality, did Noel, in the last match that they
Full
played
time, please.
Thursday.
Far side.
But she's
Yeah.
been real quality throughout this tournament.
Yeah, she's taking some deep breaths. That's great defence from Cooper, really making it difficult for Barbados to get that ball out.
Barbados do well though.
Advantage offside, wing defence, vantage contact centre.
And you're right, it does seem to
Possession,
be they
wing, attack.
have a few more options on that circle edge now.
Obstruction, wing
Yeah, they
defence,
do,
penalty.
and there's a bit more space, which is what they need to create for themselves. And if Barbados do that, they can actually score and score well and score fast. Just not the right choice of pass there from Azore Bruce. Made it so difficult for Stout to even get possession.
Little bounce in to Cooper.
Center. Throw in. Hold time, please.
Very low scoring quarter so far, and the 9-minute mark roughly, or 10-minute mark.
Goalkeeper, penalty.
Only 8 goals. It's got a finals feel about it, Caroline.
Yeah, we know throughout the tournament both these sides, sitting on 8 or 9 goals, seem to be the target in the first couple of quarters. But both restricted in this. And any surprise when we said they've only been a goal between them when they've met before.
Exactly. You'll see Green Noel there in 2 minds, whether she was going to go out for that ball outside the circle and then she had to quickly get back onto the shooter. She'll need to be decisive about those moves. It would be better for her to actually have a go at that ball outside.
Wait for the whistle, please.
See, she's caught in 2
Advantage
minds.
obstruction, wing defense.
Not as effective.
Contact, center, penalty.
I don't think there was anything upsetting about that particular
Step forward,
push. It was
centre.
just an accident.
Step forward.
They have been working well in this attack lineup.
Obstruction, goal defense,
Trinidad and
just
Tobago.
inside. Inside.
Casimir at centre and Simon Gull, who spent a lot of time at wing attack.
Goalkeeper contact.
Yeah,
on
I
the
think
arm.
it's their preferred centre court arrangement for Trinidad Tobago.
Goal defense
They just
advantage.
were taking a little bit of time to find it. Cooper's doing well. She's just ticking over there. Oh, terrific disruption there by Baptiste.
She seems to feed off her captain, doesn't she?
Contact.
She
center,
does, and I think
Barbados.
she follows that lead, and look at that. That's superb. Nearly
Contact center.
got a full intercept on that one.
Yeah, she had 3 intercepts coming into this match, 5 gains as well.
And there's a great angle of it showing you how clean that was, that intercept attempt.
Approaching the midpoint
Throw in
of this
goal
first
circle.
quarter.
Hold time, please.
Celebrating every gain.
Inside the goal circle.
As well you might.
Throw in, inside.
Well, it is a final, and gains are precious, and you have to be able to transition them.
Contact centre.
There was just a
In the
little
centre
hand on the shoulder
Yeah,
on
look
the
at
way through.
It was quite okay. It was a reasonable attempt. I think it was a bit of McCracken not balancing as well. So that's the issue. It's a bit of both.
Difficult when you're at full flight.
Contact, wing defense.
Really
penalty.
difficult. But she did well to get herself back up quickly and not get an injury, of course. Oh, beautiful spin there by Noel. She just didn't get recognised, but they do finish off. And we can hear Green Noel here for the viewers at home absolutely screaming.
Oh! Well, she'll stand and applaud that one.
Yep, she is still. She's just talking, encouraging, and that's what you need to do. The captain needs to do that.
Great work again, though, from Casimir at centre. Over the top, though.
And that's better. Actually, Green Noel coming out on that lead. And yes,
Throw in TNT, right
and she's
side.
delighted because it was a missed shot. So even though she didn't get the ball off Wharton, it was okay. She could put
Contact,
pressure
wing
on the
attack
shot.
penalty. Outside the goal circle.
3 from 5.
Wing attack,
Wharton
step
at
next to her, please.
60%. They're way down on the attempts. 6 attempts for Barbados, 10 for Trinidad and Tobago.
And Trinidad Tobago's transition through court from defence is so much better today. It's spread. They're working hard.
Contact advantage.
Probably
offside,
the
wing
defence on them is not as hard, so therefore they can just really flow that ball through.
Yes.
Casimir was just shaking it a little off. Just into Cooper. Just sat behind her shot as well. Effortless from Cooper.
Sitting at
breaking
6
goal
from
attack.
6 at 100%, Cooper.
Throw in TNT.
Not a bad first quarter.
It's an excellent first quarter. Often I am
Advantage
asked
obstruction center.
how many goals a goal attack should be aiming for. Ooh,
We heard the from Noel then. Just a bit of a hand to the face and the drop down. Often happens when you see that defensive end trying to get the ball, be there for the rebound. Got to watch out for the traffic below. Here's Barbados again. Just down that far side. We haven't really said a lot about Blackman. She's normally so clean under that post. There you go.
Yeah, I agree. She needs to inject herself a little bit more. That was her second shot, 2 from 2 at 100%. What I was saying before is at international level, we always, in the diamonds, used to aim for at least a volume of 5 from our goal attack with a post-up shooter.
Obstruction is a caution. If you continue, you may be warned.
Well, that is very clear from Tracy Ann Griffiths, and you know the players have to respond, and they will, I'm certain.
Samantha Brown picking up the caution. Well, there was a bit of an exaggerated fall in there too.
Yeah, perhaps, but Cooper is big and she's very strong, and so Stout is only a young player, not quite built up to her strongest level yet.
You're certainly learning her craft in that circle with her.
She certainly has. I've been impressed with Stout's growth over the week. I think she is a real talent in their team, and they need to look after her and keep exposing her to international level netball.
We're going into injury time for the centre of Barbados. Leave the ball there, you can go.
So time called.
Once again, terrific instruction, really clear from Anso Kemp.
Rockets obstruction centre.
Rock your heads off. Shepherd on.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. She must have got a knock, I think.
No goal, free pass.
Wow. That was, it seemed like a quick held ball. Sometimes the shooters take a little bit longer to turn around, so the 3 seconds actually they are taking is quite long.
The lone clap you could hear then was from the Trinidad and Tobago captain, Shaquanda Green Noel, at the back, applauding the work that started in that defensive end with the turn, taking the ball through, but she won't like that then.
No, well done to Brown. She was just in the right place. A little bit of sloppiness in their skills there, Trinidad Tobago.
There's Shepherd.
Oh, wonderful work by Green Noel. She was the everywhere woman then.
Footwork.
Oh, McCracken will have to be steady there. Here she is. Oh, my goodness me.
What? Baptiste backing up too, though,
it is. It's the combination of the two, Baptiste and her together,
she
understood.
She had time to clap
and
applaud her and take the ball.
So what they did there was a trap, and they had worked on it together and it came off, so they were delighted with it. Once again, a really good block out from Baptiste ensures that her captain can take the rebound. It's really terrific defensive teamwork.
Can they take it to goal? No, they can't. Shepherd on court and already with a block in.
Here we go here. We're watching.
With the wing defense. Step back, wing defense.
No, we're not.
Shepherd had only played just under half an hour coming into this too.
Yeah, it's
missed
interesting.
3 of the matches so far.
I mean, she's obviously got something on her knee, so whether that was an issue for her, but I think I did see her playing a bit more court time against Scotland in that series last year. Another great shot there by Noel, finishing off the good work.
Properly in their groove, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, Anso Kemp is right onto footwork today. There was a drag, and that is a footwork call.
1 apiece on the footwork calls, but it's 14-5 to Trinidad and Tobago. Oh, as we approach the final minute and a half.
Beautiful fast ball there from Cooper. Straight into Noel under the post. That's champagne netball or prosciutto, whichever one you prefer.
On tap.
Sparkling wine.
She'll be dabbing it behind her ears at this rate. Brilliant quarter from Trinidad and Tobago, 16-5 up.
And what I'm liking too is their mental preparation and focus. It is very, very focused.
everything that they're winning too. It's all going their way. Nothing working for Barbados at the moment. Until then, but I helped them out.
That is the issue for Trinidad and Tobago. They need to cut these basic errors out of their game, and then they will really contend higher up the levels. Many people ask me how they do that.
Hold time, please.
It is time on task, I'm afraid, out on the court doing the work on your skills.
Outside.
Another big moment in this first quarter for Barbados.
Outside the goal circle.
And the error again.
Yeah, just a handling error. Holder's probably a little bit tired. She's played big minutes this week, and, you know, she's had a pretty good tournament overall.
Advantage offside wing.
She's talking to her captain now, just perhaps her captain saying, just, you know, take a breath, calm down.
Contact, goalkeeper, penalty.
Has been their downfall, though, Barbados, topping offsides,
time,
handling
please.
errors. If they can start to cut some of that out as well. Meanwhile, last second of this one, another goal on the board for Trinidad and Tobago. That's really been the story. Both circles, both ends, they've just been impressive. Trinidad and Tobago in this first classification match of the day, the 17-5 lead. So this the race to finish 11th or 12th. And when we look at that performance in the first quarter, Lisa Alexander just coming into this with that confidence we thought they would, Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, they certainly have. And look, I think we're hopefully going to hear some coaching here in a moment, but they'd be really, really pleased with this.
Can't listen in at the moment, but they've really been structured as well, and perhaps some of those criticisms earlier, again, there's a change in opposition this morning, but some of those criticisms earlier about those combinations not working, particularly in that defensive end. Shaquanda Green-Noel and Baptiste, the way they've worked together.
Amazing, and also McCracken at wing defence, and I think, you know, certainly Casimir at centre. I think it's been a really good team defensive effort from them, even though mostly Green-Noel has picked up ball. It's been the pressure that's been created by all of that defence end, plus the defence down the court. They're really showing the defensive patterns of the top teams into their structure today.
We've been used to watching Hagley play at wing defence for Trinidad and Tobago, and you speak about having McCracken in there. Not just the height that she's giving, as you say, a bit more option offering as well, turning to the ball.
It is very important for her to be attacking and defending for her team.
We have a look at Barbados then on the flip side of this. We know that if they can get the ball to LaTonya Blackman, more often than not, she'll put the goal up. But just not being able to get there, it's breaking down in stages.
Well, it does look like they're making some changes by the look of it.
So there haven't been many highlights for Barbados in that first quarter, but let's have a little look at some of the moments from that first 15. So where do you think Barbados may make changes then, Lisa Alexander?
Yes, it looks like it at the moment. They've got Rock-Yaws going to goal defence, Stout's going to wing defence. It looks like Smith's on at wing attack, and it looks like Faye Guard is going into goal shooter at this stage. So we'll see what happens.
She shot at 79%, 37 from 47, which may sound a little low in terms of the volume of goals, but actually it's been quite the weight off for Barbados, so we know that she can create a little bit of accuracy, again, if they can get it to her.
I like the changes Barbados have made to their defence end. I think this is very positive.
Stout in at that wing defence. Rock your little swap round then. Centre pass for Trinidad and Tobago. So we'll get a first glimpse then at this new look defence end for Barbados. Noelle does well to keep it on court. Cassamy. Cooper ducks, dives, bobs, weaves. Can she put the shot up? She will, and through.
Positive start, what they would want.
Got this contact wing attack.
Take a little time for these changes to settle for Barbados.
Advantage obstruction, wing defense.
I'm glad that the
Advantage
umpire
obstruction,
didn't
goal
see the
defense.
bump of Stout into the goal third, because it was a bit of a knock. Well done, Barbados. They just worked the ball up. Good basic netball, progressing it to the circle edge and then putting it in to score.
Got this
Beautiful
obstruction
landing
centre.
there by
Contact goal defense.
Seamungle. Really took that ball well under pressure.
Been one of the standouts. Sorry, Bruce looks like
Goalkeeper.
she's feeling her back.
Oh, yes. Now we can see what happened there. It's, as we say, netball is not a non-contact sport.
Advantage obstruction, wing
Particularly
attack.
up here in the commentary booth. Here come Trinidad and Tobago again.
Obstruction goal defense.
Just very smooth today.
Beautiful, beautiful attacking flow there. Noelle's giving the thumbs up. It's great for a shooter when she gets ball
Got this
delivered to her
obstruction
like
centre.
that.
Oh, maybe not like that though. Still
Contact
manages to
holding
land
goal
it.
defense,
But
penalty
still,
with
she
her.
is able to play outside the circle, which I like
Contact
to see.
goalkeeper.
Show the umpire what's going on. That was the perfect example.
It was, and look, there's a little bit of, just a little bit of tension between Noelle and Azore Bruce, and they'll both have to get control of that because it's not going to help their performance, actually.
Everyone's had a long tournament.
Unless you're John McEnroe, apparently.
Over the top.
Oh, beautiful positioning from Green Noelle. That was perfect from her.
Contact centre, penalty.
Although the pass, Baptiste just needs to make sure she's driving onto that ball, especially when she feels a player coming beside her.
Beside the centre.
That wasn't scary at all. Cassamy.
Throw in Trinidad.
Azore Bruce is starting to come outside of the circle, and I like that because she is an excellent interceptor if she can time it.
Goalkeeper obstruction penalty. You're holding your arm out. Yes, you.
A little bit of
goalkeeper.
fortune because there was
Come
the
with
no
it,
look in there
please.
from Noelle as well.
Azore Bruce
Thank
just
you.
needs to settle down. If she's going to talk back to the umpire, it's not going to end up in her favour. So she just needs to quickly switch.
Contact wing defense penalty.
Perhaps Blackman needs to speak to her and just say, just come on, let's go. Beautiful talking there to Noelle, and I think that came from Cooper about just staying in there, being strong. It's great to hear actually the players
Advantage
talking
offside,
out
wing
on
attack.
court.
Advantage contact centre.
Again, a little bit like you were saying in that first quarter of Green Noelle getting caught in two minds. Benefits Barbados. Haggard takes the goal.
Wing defense contact penalty. Got this obstruction centre.
More often than not, does work though for Trinidad and
Contact centre
Tobago.
penalty. Obstruction goal defense.
Cooper does. So 24-7, although we have seen a bit of improvement, you would say, from Barbados. 7-2 down on this quarter.
Yeah, they just need to have a little period where they really look after the ball and get
Manage
some
obstruction,
goals
wing
on the
attack.
board, which they're trying to do now. But you can see how the Trinidad Tobago
Manage
defence
offside,
is
wing attack.
really forcing them into less space, which means harder.
Contact, goal
It's
defense.
harder for you to catch,
Where you are, goal attack.
and you are put under more pressure when you're doing your skills. So well done, Barbados, getting that goal for that play.
Again, Blackman is that option for Barbados. But they're just having to stand and watch as
Look, I
so
think
smooth in this
Azore
transition.
Bruce just has to get in front. You can't play this sort of player from behind. It is just, you're going to be called for contacts all the time, and you're not being proactive and positive. I think she
Contact,
needs to get in
centre,
front,
penalty.
really force that ball over, because she will put pressure on the feeders from
Side of
Trinidad and
centre.
Tobago, because she is a big target to have to get over.
Most experienced player as well. A little bit of thinking time needed.
Contact, goalkeeper. Goalkeeper set, please.
Enjoyed the little
Goal defense,
body on
contact,
body
goal
that
out.
Tobago's brought into that
Goalkeeper
circle.
step
She's
back.
standing up, being counted at the moment.
Yeah, she's quite calm out there. You don't really, she doesn't inject her personality quite the way that Wharton did. And, yeah, I think she's a very, very handy player. And that's it. You saw then what happened. Azore Bruce and Rock York got in front of Noel, and the pass went over the baseline. That's a perfect setup for the defence. Well done.
Advantage offside,
Zoe
wing
Bruce.
attack and contact.
One-hand pass. Oh, they land again. There's a little trip on the way.
Probably
through.
Barbados' best attacking transition then.
And that's what happens.
Advantage breaking, wing
Crowd
attack.
inside the NEC, enjoying that move.
There's actually quite a big crowd here for this match. Well done once again by Casimir, because I think they were a bit upset with that last flurry from Barbados.
You think? But this is what they'll do. If you just give them
Advantage
Beautiful
offside, wing
pulley.
space.
Look at that, the strength
Advantage
on
contact
Casimir's
centre.
fingers there. Wonderful work.
quickly followed by another two. And they double Barbados' score on the quarter.
Wing defense, contact, penalty.
The good thing is that Barbados are still in this contest. They haven't given up. You can tell they're really trying hard to work the ball through.
Contact, wing attack.
And that pass should not have gone there to Smith. It should have been faked, and then somebody else was available because there were two players on her.
Obstruction, goalkeeper.
Big
Yes.
problem, though, is actually the
Yes.
availability of players in front. Those options often shut down. Blackman needs no one else around her, though, does she?
Why?
No.
She's played in every position.
Mongol doing a great job for her team. She's out on first phase. She's busy. She's on circle edge. She's really being steady out there and helping Cooper to do her thing. And Cooper is currently sitting on 14 from 14 at 100%. Magnificent performance so far from the captain.
A little bit of a coming together. Bob and
Contact, wing
Stout
defense. Centre
change
third.
places. So seeing Bob
Obstruction,
come
goal
on
defense.
at wing defence.
Yeah, I think this is not a bad change for them at this stage. I think Stout was looking pretty tired, and she is a young player, so get a little bit more experience out there.
Vanessa Bob's only played a third of the minutes here at the Games.
Well, she should be nice and fresh. She matches up well physically in height and size with Simungul.
Obstruction, goal defense, penalty.
Barbados needs to spread and not just stand. There's a lot of standing around. They need to be on the move.
We can see why she's been shooting
Advantage breaking,
the
wing
high
attack.
70s.
Yeah, currently on 5 from 5 at 100%, Agard.
been a real strong introduction into this match.
Yeah, she has, and she can play at both ends, so she's very versatile.
Much more structured
Contact.
at the moment,
Defense.
Barbados, when they're coming forward.
Yeah, I think this group together are a little, just a tiny bit more experienced perhaps. They know each other. Maybe they played together in the same club, so there's a good feel for each other. They've had a lot of practice together. Oh, there's the lift.
Wing defence, contact, holding, penalty in the goal third.
And there's Baptiste again. She is just loving this game, I think.
Vantage contact, wing defence.
Talk about loving the game.
Cooper was very happy with that. She's giving herself a clap, and she should be. She's working hard for her team, leading them well, sticking to the team game plan. Oh, beautiful move by a guard there, but Baptiste had it completely covered, and there goes McCracken driving through court.
And it's the drive that's been impressive from this side.
Beautiful. Another great drive there by Simungal, like just brilliant. Beautiful pull in there by Baptiste. She really is growing, and I'm enjoying her play today.
Well, they talked about this being the first level, the starts for Trinidad and Tobago.
And I think they should be excited by these young players.
Offside centre.
Let's see Barbados transitioning this ball. Hopefully, yes, there's more movement. I'm liking this.
Rock, you're in that goal defence position. Just maybe shore things up a little bit. Just that final moment.
Yeah, look, just a little bit more finer detail on that pass, but it was the right idea. It was in quickly, and it nearly made its target.
Contact. Come around, wing defense.
Oh, boy.
She doesn't like it when she doesn't come away with ball, does she?
No. That was
Contact, wing
the
defense,
issue with that
penalty.
one is the ball was not
Transfer.
placed in the right place for a guard. It should have been placed away from where Green Noel
Contact, go
was.
shooter.
Centre, obstruction, penalty. Vantage moving off centre.
Swinging around again.
Yeah, great fake there by
Contact
Casimir.
goalkeeper, penalty.
Drew the defenders, then she swung the ball and straight in under the post for Cooper. A really nice play by Trinidad and Tobago.
They're just dictating things, aren't they? When they particularly get in that attacking end, spraying,
Wing defence,
almost
contact.
cursed them,
And
just spraying it about
And
so
what's
well.
impressing me is they're actually pushing on their score. They're not being
Vantage contact, wing
comfortable
defence.
with just being,
Vantage
you know,
contact,
10
holding.
goals in front. They're really, you
With
can
a-
see they're focused on particular targets.
Difficult to say
Breaking
whether
wing
those
defence,
adjustments
repass.
have worked for Barbados. They only scored 5 in that first quarter, 10
Throw in Barbados,
in this
centre third.
second.
Well, that's
Hold time,
progression,
please.
and they'll be pleased with that. And
In
they've
the
also
middle.
got their young players out there getting experience. That is the right way to go. I mean, Rock Yor is amazing. She can play centre. She's out there at wing,
Footwork drag
goal
in goal
defence.
defence, free
Unfortunately, she just dragged then. However, you can see
forward.
that she's growing as well as a
Vantage
player
obstruction, wing attack.
in this tournament.
Contact centre, penalty.
Sorry, Bruce.
Obstruction,
Just hear
goal
her
defence, get
frustration.
next to her, goal
Well,
defence.
look, she did get a
Advantage
knock,
shot
but
out, goal defence.
Anso Kemp determined that
Hold
she
time,
caused
please.
it.
Goal attack Barbados, retake the centre pass.
And the captain is off the court.
Well, for the first time in this tournament, Blackman heads off to the bench.
Vantage
She's actually
contact,
heading off
goal
to the
defence.
treatment table. She has played every
Vantage
minute
offside,
of
wing
this
defence.
Commonwealth Games. Hold her on then, a goal attack at the other end for Barbados.
Obstruction, goal defence. Goal defence, get next to her, please.
They're just having a look. I think she's
Goal shooter,
taking her
that's
shoe
your
off,
contact
so
penalty.
must be a little ankle injury.
Noelle looks around in disbelief. She was called for the contact there. Meanwhile, it's all happening behind her.
Advantage.
Calm.
Wonderful shot by a guard. I mean, that was
Release
just
the ball, goalkeeper.
poetry. They get the ball through, really quick, fast passes. This is great from Barbados. We need more of this.
Well, here they come again.
It's like they've been injected with some energy.
Contact,
That one
goal
doesn't
attack.
fall, but I think the energy they've needed was
Advantage, goal
Agard in
attack,
that
not out.
circle. A target for them now.
Absolutely.
Contact,
And
win
also
defence,
Holder
penalty.
coming out to goal attack, having had a
Artist
rest.
obstruction,
You
wing
know,
attack,
she
artist
can
contact
certainly,
centre.
inject some enthusiasm in there.
Well, the whistle goes, the hooter goes. We nearly had an extraordinary backward shot then from Noelle. At times, she's been troubling that Barbados defence from front to back, just so much better. Trinidad and Tobago, the lead at half-time, 35-16. Well, Lisa Alexander looking at this first couple of quarters, and for Trinidad and Tobago, 17-5 that first quarter, 18-11 the second quarter, although Barbados built back into it.
Yeah, they certainly did, and Trinidad and Tobago have got this match at the moment well in their control, and that is a key. Now they have to push on in this second half. Will they do that? Because Barbados actually came back at them in that quarter with some terrific play, defensive plays from Azore Bruce, putting more pressure on outside the circle. That's what she needs to do. She needs to put doubt into the minds of the feeders that are trying to get that ball into their shooters. Young, Rock Yore and Stout have both been terrific at goal defence for Barbados.
We have seen some gorgeous shooting during those first two quarters. Fair few penalties thrown in.
Yeah, certainly there has been, but also the shooting from Trinidad Tobago, 92%. They'll be thrilled with that. It's been lower earlier in the week, so that's a terrific turnaround for them. But certainly Barbados needs to tidy up the too many penalties at the moment.
Things to work on then, the classification for 11th and 12th, and at the moment it's Trinidad and Tobago in the driving seat.
So half-time, we like to play a quiz in the Barbados corner. We have Denise and Natalie. Denise says she hasn't played netball in donkey's years. Natalie, it was 2 weeks ago. So Natalie, advantage over to you. So first question, and I'll ask you guys for your help as well. My favourite one of all, is netball a contact or non-contact sport? Birmingham, what do we think? Right, can I reveal your answers? Non-contact, both correct. Although, I also agree with everyone in here, it is a contact sport. Second.
Well, in the battle for 11th, it's currently Trinidad and Tobago 35, Barbados 16, and this pretty much down to 92% shooting and brilliant defensive wonder from Trinidad and Tobago. Lisa Alexander, former Australia coach, alongside me. We just saw Teresa McCracken out on court with a towel above her head from Trinidad and Tobago, winding it up, trying to get the crowd going. Brilliant.
It was brilliant, I have to say, and as you know, she is my favourite player of the tournament. Yeah, the crowd's wonderful. They're just so engaged. It's beautiful. I love this.
You love that, you'll love this too. Let's take a look at some of those moments from the first couple of quarters. brilliant women doing wonderful things on court, inspiring everyone watching on as well. Trinidad and Tobago up against Barbados. We're now on classifications day, so this is the first match of the day. 11th and 12th places decided here. At the moment, thanks to those two real strong first quarters, Trinidad and Tobago looking like they'll finish 11th in the rankings. 30 minutes of netball to go, though. Centre pass, Casimir for Trinidad and Tobago. Cooper again coming out for it. What a lovely feed. Noelle, no wonder she's been doing brilliantly in this tournament. When they play it simple, works.
Beautiful direct pass straight in there.
Wing attack.
And then the shot goes through. Wonderful play from Trinidad and Tobago.
And over to you, Barbados. They've grown so much, particularly towards the end of the last quarter. Big improvement since their changes in that shooting end.
Absolutely huge improvement. There's more surety of their ball handling. Everything is coming together. More connection.
Instruction. Goal defense. Hold time, please.
Rock your stance, hands up.
And we're watching a little shuffle underneath the post from Azore Bruce and Noelle.
A tango.
Oh, wow. That was a beautiful hold by Noelle. So much strength. She had it all covered. Wonderful. And there's that athleticism of Simangal again. She is really growing through this game, becoming such an important cog in Trinidad and Tobago's attack.
Been a real standout player of this tournament for Trinidad and Tobago. Just her 22nd cap in this match. There she is again with Cooper.
What I like about her is she feeds the ball and then immediately runs to her space. It's a skill and a talent that is very difficult to teach young players sometimes. So young players watching on, that is what you need to do. You pass your ball and you go again.
Good turn. Barbados.
Contact holding goalkeeper, penalty.
Green Noelle called for holding.
And she's behaving herself and acknowledging that so well, because she just needs to get on with the next
contact, centre.
We already know that she'll be on the move. Green Noelle come the domestic season.
Well done to Baptiste. Magnificent. And I think Baptiste is also someone that should be being looked at by Super League teams as well.
And the Netball Super League in the UK, Green Noelle's already set it alight. But if we could see that combination.
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty special. Not often, I don't think you can have import players in one area of the court. So that is a rule that is part of the English Super League, which I like actually as a coach and a talent developer.
Imagine them at opposite ends.
Oh, well, yes. I think they could do that too.
No doubt.
They're so skilled. Both players could play almost any position on the court.
Just love the energy, and it's coming again from the Trinidad and Tobago bench.
The no-look pass from Cooper then was just a joy, and the timing.
Moment of reflection for Noelle, though. Little look down.
Here it is, a spin, and the no-look pass.
And again.
And it's again. It really is flummoxing the Azore Bruce rock your combination. They're trying hard and they're working hard, but that is very difficult to defend.
Vantage causing the contact goal attack.
Here we go. We've got an opportunity here for Barbados, but they didn't take it. It's frustrating. But they get it through. Well done.
Again, and the balance she's given in that circle. Yes, the work is happening around, but you can hear them talking a lot more. Now on the defensive end.
Yeah, there's so much more connection together. Both teams are actually growing in this match. And, you know, obviously the score isn't reflecting that, but it is from our point of view here in commentary. You can feel the energy and the connection together between the teams.
Well, and the desire to make sure that ended up with Barbados.
Oh, wow. Some really great work from Rockyaw coming through the court. She was so excited about that intercept.
The energy lifting for this team. Asian gents.
Goal defence, contact penalty. Obstruction, goalkeeper.
Some nice work there by Barbados. They're now down by 3, but fighting hard.
11 from 12. Will that soon become 12 from 13? Oh, rolls around. Green Noel.
Side and obstruction centre.
And you'll notice Green Noel, she takes the rebound and then she bounces straight out there on an attacking move. That is what you need from your goalkeepers.
So high up the court, Baptiste as well.
Yeah.
Already on the go.
Well, they have to drive that ball through and they do that well. Here it is, taking that rebound, beautiful hands on that, and then straight into her attack.
And again, Cooper just directing everything in front of her. She'll have a go from here. Nope. Into Noel.
Really good catch there by Noel, because, you know, Rockyaw had a really good go at that ball and she just pulled it in strongly. Playing very well today. She's at 25 from 27 at 93%.
Another hot hand from Green Noel.
On you.
The old 2-on-1 inside the circle.
Yeah, she will be a big miss from Celtic Dragons, will Green Noel, in the UK Super League.
And where is she off to?
She hasn't revealed yet, but she says she's hoping for a bit of stardust when she's announced.
Wow. I think I know.
Care to share?
No, but I'll let all our English listeners try and work that one out. That little riddle from you. Beautiful play inside the circle from
on the arm.
Cooper and Noel, really rotating there in the circle. So that's what your goalers need to do as a partnership. They provide then 2 options for your centre court players. And that pass just wasn't good enough.
This is well played from Barbados in just trying to really stick with Trinidad and Tobago, stick to task as well. They've made the changes.
And they are doing that.
Free pass, centre, third, far side.
But that is just a momentum breaker. It just doesn't help your team when you've really worked hard to get a turnover and you don't score off it. It's something Barbados are going to have to work on.
Oh, Seaman again.
Contact.
And McCracken's right in that attacking play as well. She's just going over to see the Barbados, her opponent, just checking she's okay. A great take by Casimir there. Really good balance. Get that ball off.
Balance is probably the word for this Trinidad and Tobago team. There's 7 they've got out on court at the moment. Incredibly well balanced.
Contact, goal defence penalty.
Blend through court. Injecting the speed when they need to.
Yeah, just being really disciplined together on their game plan. You can tell that they're working to a plan. It's very team-oriented. They've got targets, I believe, and you know it's a credit to them to come out in this final and execute like they are. I love the way Cooper just has that little pause on her shot. It reminds me of Nat Medhurst. It's really deliberate, beautiful shooting action. And great work there between Simangal and Cooper. Playing well together on that attacking transverse line.
Full time.
McCracken's looking around at Casimir, deciding where they're going to stand. It's taking her a little while to get into position. Oh, magnificent work. I mean, Green Noel today has been beauty in action, truly. Her movement is spectacular.
Goal defense contact.
Anything that's been dropped in front of her, she's picked up. She's adjusted her play and she's led her team with distinction.
What she's done throughout this tournament, though, has consistently been high in the areas that matter as a defensive player, from intercepts, the gains, the pickups, the deflections, rebounds. She's been involved.
And today, she's actually leading her team with calm authority out there, really demanding but also encouraging. It's the perfect mix for a leader.
Contact goal defense, goal third.
That was a better challenge by Baptiste. She was actually coming around the side before she poked from behind, which is always... Oh!
She loves it.
Hold time, please. Swing defense, that's a caution for
that's
dangerous contact.
Oh, beautiful pickup. And I think that decision there by Anso Kemp was exactly correct, and it was a fair call. It was dangerous. It put McCracken in danger.
Hold time, please. Goal attack, Barbados.
Is it Bob picking up that caution?
And it was an accident. It wasn't intended, but that is a result of taking up that space. And it just means that she needs to be mindful of it.
Vantage contact centre.
Good to see Blackman back on court for Barbados. She hasn't missed a minute going into this match.
It is so good to see her back out there, and you know they need her leadership just like Trinidad and Tobago need Green Noel's leadership as well.
Side,
so Blackman back on at goal attack.
A little bit squashed there in their attacking play. What I'd like to see there, instead of both players standing, I'd like one moving and drawing the defenders and then leaving a guard at the post. So Blackman still, if she's going to come on, she still needs to keep on the move.
I guess it will depend on how bad that injury is that sent her off court. Check on her movement.
Yes, we will. She actually does seem to be just standing around a little bit at the moment, and you know she still needs to put her skills out there, her defensive and attacking skills.
We mentioned earlier she has played at every position across her 6 Commonwealth Games.
Oh, beautiful pull in there from Azure Bruce, and again she's done a pretty good job at pulling in anything that's been astray from the Trinidad and Tobago feeders, so well done to her.
Contact goal defense, penalty. One step back.
One game, one intercept for deflections for Azure Bruce. She started this move that's then finished off.
And interestingly, at half-time, and we just saw that pull in, and she just has to watch those elbows, but the pickups were actually similar, and that is always an indication to me as a coach that the intensity is similar for both teams. They're both hot on picking up any loose balls, and that is a good indicator that both teams
wing defense
are really after that ball.
Side wing defense.
Speaking of which,
yeah,
she
was probably lucky then not to get
goal attack.
Something else happening because I think it was the same player that before received a caution. Oh, beautiful play. Oh, what a shame. Simangal just got her feed wrong there, just didn't need to have it quite as high because Noel had a perfect position under the circle, under the post.
Rockhill into Bob, who's just got to keep an eye out for those cautions.
Penalty.
I love Azure Bruce when she's attacking like that. She's just a great athlete. And look at the ball that she can put in. It's magnificent. Love to see more of that from her.
Throw in, Barbados sideline.
Seems this competition between Baptiste and Shaquanda Green Noel over who can come out on those flies.
It is, but they're playing well together as a unit. That's what I'm liking. They know what each other are up to.
Confusing the space in front.
And then Baptiste is in perfect rebound position. She is blocking out her player. She's ready to get that ball. And then McCracken is straight into attack. It's a really great combination between these three.
Obstruction, wing defense.
Cassimy's also doing her role really well in centre, providing great defensive cover and also then straight into attack.
Contact, goal attack.
Another terrific piece of
Goal attack, set
defensive
it
work
properly,
from
please.
Azore
Side in the
Bruce,
way.
getting that
Bench
rebound.
contact, shooter.
Smart.
And a
Smart from
lovely
her.
pass. She can pass the ball beautifully. They should pass it back to
Bench
her
contact,
now, and
wing
she'll get
attack.
it down the court.
Last minute of this third
There we
quarter.
go. She does listen to me, but come on, Azore
Bench.
Bruce.
Now that didn't.
Oh, dear.
That did not look good. We'll stick away from that one. Lots of noise around. Clearly time called by Bob. And we've seen lots of movement on the bench as well. We'll keep an eye on what's happening. The medical trainer is on court at the moment. And such high intensity netball at this level.
Going to extend the time.
It certainly is. It's always upsetting to see what looks like a
We
knee
should
injury.
just need to extend the time to get her off the court.
Yes, and Anso
Yes,
Kemp
yes.
is taking over as the senior umpire,
We're
you
extending
know,
time.
to ensure that the player is really well
another
looked
player.
after.
Curtin is ready to come on. The umpire's just asking if another player was ready. Away from the bench, we're watching some attention being given to Vanessa Bob at the moment. There's a big,
Yes,
big
you may. You
fall
can
in the centre of this court. The medics are with her at
can
the
talk to
moment,
your team.
away from this huddle.
You can.
Both teams,
No, you-
crowd as well,
I
just for
think
the
he's
hush.
going to help, yes. Thank
She
you.
is actually sitting up now, which is a
That's
great sign.
That's a positive sign. She must have been in enormous pain at the time that it happened, and of course, there's many netballers in this audience who are absolutely having their hearts going out.
Seeing the wheelchair come on court at the moment. We'll keep you updated on her health throughout, but as you say, good to see her sitting up at the moment, and we'll see the medical team help her into that chair and help her off court. But those cries that we heard early on, good to see now as the crowd applaud her too.
And the
But
team,
she's looking a lot more settled.
she is looking settled, and that is a good thing. And her teammates are ensuring that they concentrate on their job that they have to do. Azore Bruce going over, giving her a tap. And of course, the Trinidad Tobago team will also be somewhat, upset by this as well, because everyone doesn't want that to happen to anybody on court.
They're applauding Vanessa Bob too as she leaves court. As much as there's contest on court, it's the friendships off court that we see in the huddle when the two teams are unified at the end. Just hearing Trinidad and Tobago, as you were saying, Lisa Alexander, regathering as well. And we will, of course, keep you up to date with how
Wing attack.
Vanessa
That
Bob
umpire?
is.
Wing attack.
So the court
That's a warning for dangerous
is
play.
ready to go again. And there's
On
a
the
warning
whistle.
picked up too.
Yeah, I didn't quite get what that was for. I have to ask the umpires, and it might be after the game, what actually happened there.
It's Seaman Girl with that warning. And that will just quieten things down across court.
Centre contact penalty.
And as we enter this final 30 seconds of this quarter, we'd expect it to be a little scrappy given what we've just seen.
Yeah, there's been an
Spanish
interruption
contact,
of
wing-
play,
wing
and
defense.
it will always be a little bit of an effect on the timing. But
Advantage.
at the moment, both teams seem to have got back onto it, which is good.
Vantage
Trinidad and
breaking
Tobago
down
with their
attack.
centre pass as well. Still time on the clock for them. There is Seaman Girl into Cooper.
Yeah, Seaman Girls driving onto the circle edge is something that,
Contact and
again, I'll say young netballers out there
Advantage. Set it
watching
quickly, please,
need
goal
to
defense.
see.
Well, Trinidad and Tobago put 49 on the board. Their highest score so far in this tournament is taking them towards 11th place in the final classification. Trinidad and Tobago 49, Barbados 23 with 15 minutes to go. Well, the story of that 15 minutes really focused on the last couple of minutes and that injury to Vanessa Bob. But prior to that, Lisa Alexander, we saw again that strength at both ends from Trinidad and Tobago.
Yeah, just some beautiful play Really lovely through-court play from Trinidad and Tobago, and confidence in themselves and in the team. You can see that building. Even though they didn't have their highest score in that quarter, they still did a terrific job of bringing the ball through.
Keep watching that big screen, Shaquanda, because we're going to see some of your highlights from that quarter. She's been one of those wonderful, wonderful players, just bringing that entertainment to court.
Yeah, she certainly is. And look, she's got all the skills available to her. Her ability to turn her body she's on her toes like a ballet dancer. It is that good. And, you know, she is able to what I call envelope her body around the shooter, so she's not even contacting. It is beauty in action. It's movement that is certainly really well trained, and she also has the intent mentally. That's the part of the game that makes her so special. She has the mental side of the game fitted with her physical side.
You can just see she loves playing netball, and if we have a look at her statistics, 11 gains in there, 4 of the rebounds.
That's massive for a player to be able to simply on her own bring that ball through, and she is relying on really great play out the front from her defensive team, and she will recognise them after the game, I know for certain.
If we skip over to Barbados, and we saw those changes work towards the end of the second quarter, looked to have settled as well, but that injury in that last quarter will really have affected them. Now about gathering their thoughts again.
Yeah, look, you can see there's a little bit of sadness on the bench there. They're probably thinking this is the last 15 minutes of this tournament. We really want to have a good one. We want to put our best performance out there. And they did, in that quarter, actually have probably their best performance in many respects. Fayagard came on, did the job for her team. Brianna Holder there. You know, her movement was very good. So let's hope that she gets her opportunity and she can, you know, stamp her authority and show what a player of the future she can be.
I think we're going to see Rockjol move to centre as well, be in centre for this final quarter. Stout back into goal defence too. So just trying to readjust things again, because we know in Zoe Bruce she laughs on the sidelines, but we know actually they have also been winning ball through her.
Yeah, and she's been really, really strong this game as well. Even though Trinidad and Tobago have been scoring, she has picked up ball as well. And as I said, she's a great passer of the ball. She needs to use that a little bit more with more penetration down court.
Well, what next for Barbados? Curtin coming on. Was that change, that enforced change in the last quarter, thinking perhaps of what has been during this tournament, what might be for the future as well. But they will get us underway this final 15 minutes with their centre class. The first match of these classification rounds.
Wing defense
So
contact. Goal third.
Shepardoff and Stout on for Barbados.
Yes.
Lovely drive there from Smith. She's just fitted in without any fuss into the Barbados line and just really added.
What about that feed from Rockjol then as well? I know they don't finish it off, but what a player she is.
Yeah, she is terrific. She's probably been the one that stood out the most to me, but also Stout.
That wasn't bad either.
Yeah, that was very good. And look, now it's becoming the normal play for Trinidad and Tobago. That's what they need to do all the time, consistently.
Well, they're on their way to four-quarter win over Barbados. Noel just really smooth in that attacking end.
Really calm and under control as well. And, you know, again, Baptiste comes out, intercepts that centre pass, and they're back into attack again. It's just a little bit of a wayward high ball there. And Azore Bruce will get her hands to that. She is a very clever defender.
Penalty, goal third.
Nice fake there from Rockyaw, just progressing the ball down court. Oh, McCracken, as I've said. And there she is, straight into attack. That's what we need from wing defences out there. Get their teams going.
Vantage contact, wing defence.
But actually, every one of these Trinidad and Tobago players, although that doesn't drop, when they've needed a little bit of an energy boost, you see them come out with a fly, stand up. But now Barbados looking to do exactly the same. Better use of the court by Barbados.
Much better use, much better width. Again, any ball that's slightly off target, it will be touched by Green Noel, and she has done it again. Nice swing ball across there, and great play by Cooper.
Well, it's been a minute and a half since we last had a goal. Still not one.
Contact goalkeeper penalty. Obstruction, goal defence, both players out.
Noel. So it took a while getting there.
Yeah, lovely touch. And it wasn't as if Agard wasn't holding position well. It just needs to be placed into the correct space.
It's now 4 goals without response in this quarter as Cooper has a little look up at the score. And you can see that Trinidad and Tobago 53-23 up.
You can understand that Barbados are a little bit really quite shocked by what's happened, and so it would affect their play. I mean, they're only human, you know, we are all humans and we feel for our teammates when there's an injury. So they are trying to get back onto it. Agard certainly doing her spins and turns. Casimir again. And Rockyaw was quite frustrated there. I think she felt that Agard should turn and shoot. And it was terrific defence by Casimir.
With the foot.
A little bit of a plank for Noel.
Forward, goalkeeper with me, please.
I'm sure she'll be fine and has practiced many of those. Lovely little sneaky pass there from Cooper.
As if to underline the fact that she's back up and all right.
Well, the whole thing is that the two of them have presented today a beautiful shooting combination and partnership. There's been real touch and feel between them.
Offside centre.
21 from 25 for Cooper, 84%.
Offside.
Fisher Noel, 33 from 37 at 89%.
Can't ask for much more than that. It's, you know,
but you would.
I would, but Stout's looking up there. Azore Bruce and Stout, and it's been Rockyaw in there as well. They have been quite tight, and it's been the smart play of Cooper and Noel that actually has been the best.
Just had a little coming together
with the goal attack.
A couple of the Barbados players, but they're back up.
Yeah, it's just that strength that Cooper has as opposed to Stout. There's an imbalance there between... Oh, that was a really good pull in by Agard there. Because Noel Green had... Green Noel had her hands on it, but Agard won the contest. Here it is. Yeah, she actually ended up being in front. Well done to Faye Agard there.
It's also Rockyaw and Smith again, that movement around the circle. Seamangull getting involved too.
Yeah, Stout needs to just settle down just a touch. She's starting to get a little bit physical with Cooper, and she doesn't need to do that because she's a good player with terrific footwork, so she doesn't need to be on the body quite as much.
Small steps from the crowd to on court. Both these sides looking just to ease their way up the rankings. Cooper, Casimir again. And this really has been the difference. The players that are open, that are there and available, and also the quality. And
they're working hard still in attack. I mean, they could just stand around and still get the ball, but they are moving.
Go shooter, Barbados.
Best seat in the house.
Well, we've got
all about the small wins.
Yeah, I'm sorry, yes. We've got a double change out here. Wharton on to goal shooter.
Was that a smile?
That was gorgeous.
Or was that a bit of movement?
I think a bit of both.
Goal defence,
Yeah, a couple of
contact
changes.
penalty.
Yeah, I think
Brown and Walton on.
I think Brown's come out to wing attack.
Front is moving off goal defence.
She's a very versatile player. I guess the coach from Barbados has thought that Fayagard just stopped really turning and shooting there for a while, and it's perhaps time to put Walton out there to give her another opportunity.
Brown also started this match, albeit at wing defence, now at wing attack. Here's Brown. Oh, that feed. Thought it was going to connect. And
I thought too, but just the issue there was the height on that. It needs to be
Advantage
just a bit
offside wing defence.
higher into the air so it drops into the space and over the defender's hand. And in mathematical terms, we call that a parabola.
Same to you.
For all the mathematics lovers out there.
Of which Lisa Alexander, I'm sure there are many. Now into Noel, and they'll love the stats around her. Just putting up the volume for Trinidad and Tobago. 35 from 40, 88% for Afisha Noel.
Lovely position there from Brown on the top of the circle, and Blackman got it to her masterfully. So that's a terrific piece of play from Barbados. Well done, keep it up.
Front is not outside, goal defence. Contact goalkeeper, penalty.
That would have hurt.
Hold time, please.
Cooper was brave then. Azore Bruce was coming in hard for that contest. And again, we'll say netball is not a non-contact sport.
Although she felt the contact of that ball on her shins.
Contest obstruction, centre and moving off goalkeeper.
Noel too. Really reined in some of her game during this match. Paying off.
Striking wing attack.
9-3 up on the quarter.
Contact, goal defence, goal attack, sorry.
Stout
attack.
and Baptiste.
They're both goal defences, aren't they? So which way is it?
Step forward, wing defence.
Well, Stout had her arm through.
Hold time, please.
Both had eyes on it.
Exactly, it's the two goal defences, so I'm a bit confused because the umpire has indicated goal attack, but there isn't a goal attack. It was GD, what I call GD on GD. I don't mind which way she's called it, but I was just a bit
Step forward.
confused.
Step forward. Wing defence. Wing
It was definitely
defence.
Stout
Step
and
forward.
Baptiste
Hold time, please.
stood together
Hold time,
there.
please. Goal defence, Barbados.
Yeah, look, I think that's a good call. I think perhaps Stout might have hit her head on the floor then, and she should be checked. It is one of the dangers of netball is to fall on this hard floor and hit your head on it.
Restart.
That can cause a concussion.
There.
And,
defense.
and she's
Her out.
definitely being checked, which is fantastic. She's being well looked after.
Will be Barbados who gather again. There were some lovely soft hands in there.
Brown's done she's done a great job since she's on. She's just in those places, ensuring she's feeding her circle, doing a job for Barbados. Great work.
Throw in, TNT, sideline.
And they're actually only 5 behind in this quarter, Barbados, so they'll be really pleased with this effort from the team.
They want to
coaching
push on
staff.
though. Haven't won a quarter here in Birmingham. See if they can tighten things up a bit more. Baptiste and Cooper using that side with Casimir in
Obstruction,
there.
penalty, wing defence.
Casimir will set this on the edge of the circle again. Tries to find
Throw in,
Cooper.
Barbados.
Look at the win there.
Wonderful work again.
Rox, you're involved.
Rockyor has been fantastic, being able to change positions and
Centre
go in,
contact, penalty.
affect a disruption to the team. And Smith goes into centre and just does her job for
Contact,
the
goal
team.
attack, penalty.
49th cap for Rockyaw.
We've got 5 minutes to go in this match, and there will be targets set by both teams. Wonderful work by Seemungal there. She just is elusive. She can come through and pull in a ball like that and not contact. It's just an amazing skill that she has.
Look at that.
I thought Noelle was going...
Defence contact holding just inside the goal circle.
I thought Noelle was going to pluck that in with one hand, but she didn't quite get control of it. But again, she holds so strongly.
And she needs to. The rate that some of these feeds into the circle.
Here it is. We'll call her the thief.
Seemungal, right place, right time, all about timing. There she is again.
Oh,
copycat.
She could put that ball over into Noelle, I think, a little bit more, but look, she goes for the easy one with Cooper.
60 up for Trinidad and Tobago. They've raised their game for the classification right at the end.
No need to do that. Just get the ball in.
I actually didn't see what happened there, but Anso Kemp is right onto it. A very experienced umpire at international level, and she just talks to the players and makes her standards known and keeps a very clear eye on them, wanting the ball to get back to the centre quickly.
Well, Trinidad and Tobago heading towards doubling their highest number of goals they put in so far. They put 32 on against Northern Ireland.
And in a blink of an eye, they're out to a 7-goal lead. Trinidad and Tobago 12-5 in this quarter, so they can score quickly.
They've got 3 minutes to get those 3 goals in the form that Cooper and Noelle have been in.
That was a really beautiful basketball bounce pass, a high, hard bounce pass across to Cooper.
But who didn't want that reverse goal there? I mean, clearly Barbados wouldn't have done.
No. But they're transitioning the ball well, and Brown's really...
Advantage offside, wing defence.
She's actually quite elusive there, and the Kraken's finding it hard to match up on her.
Having a bit more freedom in that circle too,
goalkeeper.
from what they're trying to do, Barbados.
Brown giving Blackman a bit of a pat there. Come on.
Set it quickly, goalkeeper.
Some nice interchanges between the players.
Green Noelle
back, goalkeeper.
Walks the walk.
And we've got Wharton
goal defense, both
and
out.
Baptiste doing a dance, and of course, once the penalty comes,
Hold time, please.
There was real intensity in that last match in the pool between Barbados and Wales. 44-60, Barbados went down. It's one way to sit down. You wonder how much that took out of them too. Could be one of their best comings together in this tournament.
Yeah, look, I think they have improved as the tournament has gone on, and that's a good thing. It'll keep the players very positive about the future. And they have got some good young players out there. So, you know, for their next opportunity, I think they've got a bit of an idea of what they need to work on now. Oh, that is sensational. That's their best attacking play for the week.
Can they finish it off? It deserves it.
Come on. Yes. Wow. Beautiful ball work, flowing through, movement, timing. That is what we want as coaches when we're watching our attackers move down court.
Rockyaw and Shepherd central to that on the way through. And it's also stopped Trinidad and Tobago being rapid up the other end. Better on the centre pass from Barbados. Last 40 seconds of this.
Yes,
and
great.
Again.
Where has this been? This is what they needed more of. They have to take their chances and stop playing with too much conservatism. They need to really rock that ball down court.
They've halved Trinidad and Tobago's score for now. But Noelle just tip-top form. 38 from 43, 88% for her. High 80s again for Cooper as well. At both ends, just better for these sides. Green Noel taking the win right at the end from the final take, and that has been the difference. Trinidad and Tobago at both ends have stood up. They've rolled onto court as well. They're hurdling barriers. That's what it means. They take 11th spot overall here at the Commonwealth Games. Will be their lowest finish, but they've shown the pride and heart to beat Barbados, who also have their lowest finish at a Commonwealth Games. It's finished Trinidad and Tobago 63, Barbados 31.